Alex Jones is a familiar face here on RT. He hosts his own radio show in Texas and recently made a film called Fall of the Republic, the presidency of Barack Obama. The film criticizes Obama's administration, and when he went to sell it on Google's shopping site, he was told he couldn't. He joins me now from Austin to talk more about this. Alex, you got a statement from the Google team. Tell us first what this statement said when you tried to put this film online for sale.
Well, we have a copy of it up at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, and I have a copy of it right here in my hand. And it said, "Thank you for your email. Your data feed contains listings for items that don't comply with our program policies. Anti and violence products and associated websites may not promote violence or advocate against a protected group, sex, age, veteran status, sexual orientation, gender identity." And we had all our books and videos listed. None of them are about sex or gender. And then we just submitted Fall of the Republic and Obama Deception, two of my films, and they said those are the offending items. We talked to them for a month before we went public, and they said you cannot have your material with your own shopping cart here. There are some other Google shopping carts where other people are selling it, but they said specifically we can't. Now, even if we were selling something that criticized some, quote, protected group, that should still be free speech. Google wants to dominate the market. This is unfair trade practices. It's discriminatory to us. But it's even worse because there's nothing racial in this film. It's criticizing Obama for breaking his promises on hiring lobbyists, signing statements, torture, getting us out of Iraq, and so many other subjects. And it's because the film is devastating to Obama and is one of the #1 films online. We offer it for free. That they're so upset about this. And so we went back and forth for a whole month with them saying, please, don't discriminate against us. And they said no. Criticizing Obama because he's part African is basically persona non grata. We are not going to allow that here at Google. And you dovetail this with Google helping censor in China, along with Microsoft and others, and helping put surveillance grids in the U.S. That's why Steve Jobs of Apple has said it's a joke that Google's motto of "don't be evil" is used by them, because they are definitely part of the military-industrial complex. A CIA-connected group, In-Q-Tel, actually founded them. Google is clearly a government front operation. That's why it's been given all these powers to run a monopoly. And we're not trying to start a fight with Google. They are censoring us. They are keeping us from being able to be involved in commerce. And if you look at Nazi Germany, they first started not letting people engage in commerce, like Jews, Seventh-day Adventists, communists, and others. That's how oppression tends to begin. Blacks in this country weren't allowed to have their own shops in many cities and states. And so when they start discriminating against you and not letting you have your own business, this is one of the most horrible forms of censorship and oppression, and people need to call for Google to rescind this blackout. But you add that with Time Magazine and the chief technology officer of Microsoft and all these big publications and the UN calling for net IDs to get online.
But Alex, let me interrupt you just
system.
for a second here. You know, Google owns YouTube, and I watched your film on YouTube. It's posted there, and then when you go to the Google shopping site, the first thing you see is a link to Amazon, which is selling the film. So I'm a little confused about, you know, what this is all about. I mean, it's not that they've totally censored you. They just haven't allowed you to sell it. Is that what's going on here?
Well, I mean, let me respond. We had them shut down our YouTube site, and I had to go to federal court and file against the violations they said. So I've been knocked off YouTube 5 or 6 times that we know of, and I have the letter from them. That's the whole point. The censorship is intensifying. This is the biggest corporation in the world, the most wealthy corporation in the world. Obviously, they've got different divisions that aren't censoring as bad, but I have their letter saying I can't sell it. Look, Google's and YouTube are more than happy, Google that owns YouTube, to let my video be up there for free and put their ads all over it. The point is, they told me I couldn't have a shopping cart on Google. Yes, there are other people selling it, and Google's allowing that. They won't allow me to sell my own film on Google. We have their letter from them, and we've been fighting with them for a month before we went public. So the point is, all these calls for net censorship in Australia and in Italy and in England and Canada and in France, they're moving to censor the web. Media and government are openly calling for censoring the web and restricting ideas that they don't like. So it's not just, look, 2 weeks ago I was suddenly knocked off in New Zealand until people raised hell, and then I was back on the ISPs in New Zealand. They are testing, they are probing, they are seeing if they can get away with this. We had a lot of dialogue with Google, and they said, no, you are not allowed to sell these films on here. And we pointed out, we said, you know, white supremacist stuff is being sold by other people. They don't have a problem with that, I guess. And I'm not for them censoring the white supremacist or communist or right-wingers or anybody. We need to have a free, open market of ideas and information.
All right, Alex Jones fighting the fight as always. Thanks for joining us.